Well, Captain, what do you think of it?
It has infinite possibilities, madam. May I ask the inventor a few questions?
Of course. That is why I wanted you to be here. Sir Martin.
Your Majesty.
Captain Drake has some questions of importance to ask you. We should be glad of your answers.
My humble duty, ma'am.
What is the full range of your machine?
Of this one? Approximately 10 yards. But I have a modification that would greatly increase it.
And the weight of the whole contrivance, could it be easily carried from place to place?
Certainly. I carry it about this whole estate in a handcart. I can destroy nettles, roots, undergrowth in a fraction of the time it takes my workers. I could do the same throughout the whole of England. We can produce more food more quickly. No one in England needs starve.
And do you think the machine could be made in numbers at a modest cost?
Oh, indeed I do. That is my whole object, to put it within the reach of all landowners, whether rich or poor. It's very simple.
Where did you get the idea for this invention?
The legend of Greek fire, ma'am. I discovered it was no legend, but an historical truth. The Crusaders used it at the siege of Acre, and in the year 1200, they won a great sea battle against the Turks off Constantinople. They set their entire fleet on fire.
Indeed. Did they? What is the source of the flame? The fuel you pump from the system there?
Naphtha, pitch, and sulfur. But the secret of the blend is my own.
Secret? Secret, sir? You'll have no secrets from us. We have seen and heard enough to tell you your duty. You will set down clearly the plans of your invention, and our armorers at Deptford will start work on it at once. And when it is completed, it will be supplied first to every ship in our navy, and then to every harbor and castle around the island.
By heavens, madam, what a welcome we can give the Spanish Armada now.
Your Majesty, in all humility, I planned this flamethrower as a benefit to humanity. To preserve life, not to destroy it.
Yes, yes, of course. We will talk of its peaceful uses when England is safe again.
But, Your Majesty, to use fire as a weapon of war would bring shame upon England. Surely it is for us to set an example to the rest of the world in humanity.
When we have set our enemies to rights, then speak to me of setting an example, Sir Martin. Until then, I decide where England's honor lies. And you remember your loyal duty.
I would not have you doubt my loyalty, ma'am. My life and all I have is yours. But to use fire...
Loyalty to your queen does not admit of any buts, sir. Do as I charge you. Set down your plans for the armorers. How the flame is produced, how to use it, and how it can be made in great numbers. Do all this as soon as you can. We need this weapon, and we are going to have it. Mark me well. Come, Captain, we must be back in Whitehall before dark.
I really believe this woman Elizabeth is a witch. Always on the brink of disaster, something turns up to save her. Only today I had word from the king that the Armada is ready. Medina Sidonia, he has the command. And the date for sailing against England is settled. Now you bring me news of this appalling weapon which fate, fortune, luck, or the devil has placed in her hands. Well, the invasion will have to be postponed. His Majesty's not going to be happy about this. Now tell me, what do you know about this man, about this inventor?
He lives with his widowed mother in the country. Modest income, young, well-favored, nothing more.
Yes, but what kind of a man is he? What are his weaknesses?
I was trying to find out about the flamethrower. I had hardly the time to ask him what books he reads or whether he prefers hunting to women.
A pity, Master Lambert. The habit of asking such questions would double your value to me. Now think, man, think. Surely you saw something, you heard something which would give you just one clue to his nature. Just one thing, yes?
He said that his flamethrower was to be used to clear roots and stubble from his fields. He seemed rather dismayed when the Queen ordered him to turn over his plans to the armorers.
Now tell me his exact words.
Something about it being shameful to use fire as a weapon, and that England must set an example in such matters.
He has ideals, eh? Splendid, my good Lambert. Splendid.
Excellency.
Bring me an idealist, my friend. I will find you a traitor.
Martin? Well, will I pass muster at court?
Is that new?
New? When did I last have a new gown? In this house, money is spent on dull things like building barns and patching fences, not on gowns for your mother. It's 5 years old, my son.
Well, it looks very good to me.
After I've half ruined my eyesight, patching and restitching and sewing at it, well, it might. I had to do something. I couldn't appear at court looking like a doxy.
Mother, does it really mean so very much to you to go to court?
It means everything. At last, to be able to take my rightful place.
Well, for my part, I had rather you didn't count on it.
Of course I count on it. This invention of yours is going to make you one of the most important men in the country. And one of the most wealthy. If only you knew how to play your cards. We shall be summoned to court.
Mother, can't you understand? I hate the very idea of this invention being used as a weapon of war.
Now, for pity's sake, Martin, don't start that all over again. If the Queen has ordered you to hand it over, you must obey, and there's an end of it.
Is it? I wonder. Perhaps I have a higher duty.
Higher? What higher duty is there than to the Queen?
Mother, please, forgive me. I must finish this. The Queen's messenger will be here in the morning with the armorers from Deptford.
Oh, that's a good boy. Now, be sure that you're ready for them.
Forgive the late hour, sir. I'm afraid I've lost my way in the darkness. I'm very weary, and there is a storm brewing.
You're very welcome, Father. Come inside.
Thank you. Will you go to the fire?
Sit you down. Let me get you some food and drink.
Just a little wine only, please. Thank you.
Where are you bound for?
For London, I take ship for the Holy Land in the morning. It's my third pilgrimage.
Well, you're on your right road. London lies some 15 miles ahead of you. Why do you look at me so strangely?
My conscience troubles me, my son.
How so?
I did not tell you the truth just now when I said I'd lost my way. It was an excuse to gain entry to your house.
You need no excuse to enter here. All travelers are welcome. And if you're a thief in disguise, you'll find very little here that's worth your stealing.
I was afraid you would not have believed me had I told you the truth.
Tell me the truth now.
Very well, my son. As I passed your gates, I stopped, but not of my own free will. It was as though some power outside myself had forced me to do so. I had an overpowering feeling that someone needed help, spiritual help. Do you know of any such person in this house?
I do indeed. Myself. If ever I needed help in my life, I need it now. For days I've been torn in two. Shall I accept the responsibility for unloosing a frightful weapon, or shall I fail in my duty to my country?
My son, I'm afraid that sooner or later you will be forced to do both these things.
How do you mean, both?
Either you will do what you call your duty and give them your machine, or you will refuse In which case, they will rack your secret from you.
Father, I am not a brave man. The very thought of torture terrifies me.
There is one alternative.
Yes.
Destroy your secret and leave England forever. Oh, I know how cruel it must seem to give up your home and everything you love, but I can see no other way for you to avoid giving in to them sooner or later.
Father, even if I do as you say, I could never get away in time. They will be here in the morning.
The Santa Fortuna leaves Tilbury at dawn for the Holy Land. Her captain is my friend.
Martin? Martin? Who is that you've got with you there at this time of night? Surely, sir, I know you. Have we not met before at court at Whitehall?
Madam, you are mistaken.
At Richmond, at Hampton.
Hardly. Humble friars are not to be found in such exalted circles.
But I'm almost certain even the voice is...
Madam, I have never been at court in England.
Oh, one gets so confused after so many years. My son, it's time you were in bed. You've worked hard all day.
Mother, I'm leaving England. I'm going out of the country.
Are you out of your mind?
No. For the first time since all this began, I am content. I know now what I have to do.
Martin, what are you doing?
There. Now, Mother, no one shall have them. No one.
Do you know what you're doing?
Yes. I'm sorry, Mother, but I'm leaving. And there is nothing you can do about it. Father, we can be at Tilbury by daybreak.
I dare not tell the Queen. Imagine her rage. I sweat to think of it.
And you say young Amias sailed for the Holy Land with this mysterious friar?
I did not say it. That tiresome chatterbox of a woman, his mother, said it. And she seemed more concerned about her chance of being barred from court than the whereabouts of her son.
And they sailed from Tilbury?
That is what she told me.
Well, the only ship to leave London in the last 12 hours was the Santa Fortuna. And she was bound for Bilbao.
Spain?
And dockside gossip has it that a late visitor to England, His Excellency Count Julio, Grandee of Spain, was expected on board.
Heaven defend us. If Amias gives this flamethrower to Spain, we are finished.
The Santa Fortuna is a tub. If we cram on full sail, we can catch her.
When can you leave?
The tide is almost right. Master Grenville!
Go then, and all my hopes and prayers go with you. When you arrive, one of our agents will contact you. Walsingham has them, you know, even in Spain.
I'm sure he has. But I intend to catch the Santa Fortuna before she gets there. The decks are stacked with cargo, no sign of any guns. 2 points to starboard.
2 points to starboard, bosun.
2 points to starboard it is, sir.
Stand by to board her, Grenville.
Aye, Captain.
You are honored indeed, my son. May have sent Drake himself to fetch you back.
El Draco! It is El Draco, senor! What shall we do?
Wait until he is in range of your guns, then blast him out of the water.
These guns have twice our range, senor. He'll blow us to pieces.
Your guns are concealed. For all he knows, you are unarmed, and Drake has never yet fired on a defenseless ship. You have him, my friend. Do as I told you. Ah, yes. You're wondering how a humble friar can give orders to the captain.
I am indeed.
I think it's time I appeared in my true colors.
Who are you?
I am Count Julio de Granada Mantua, Grande of Spain, special emissary of His Majesty, King Philip.
Shorten sail.
Taking the sheets, both.
Aye, sir. Shorten foretop sheets!
You see, his guns are not even manned.
He's in range. Uncover the guns!
He's running out of guns. Higher starboard!
The tiller captain is badly damaged.
How long will it take?
For all day at least.
Now, let us see how effective your invention is, Master Amius, as a weapon of war.
Where did you get that?
From your house, of course. It seemed a pity to lose your life's work. Now, prove its worth. Show my gunner how to fire it.
No.
Tis no matter. We have studied it carefully. We have a pretty good idea how it works. Stand by the guns! Yes, we should be in range now. Stand by to fire!
No, don't let them touch it. They'll be killed.
Stop trying to protect your countrymen, Master Amius. Ready, Master Gunner! No! No, no! Don't do that! On your life! Stand back! Two of the gunners are dead, Master Amius. You could have prevented that. Your machine is now destroyed. Perhaps you will pass the time till we get to Spain by redrawing the plans so that we can make a new one.
I refuse to give it to my own country. Do you think it's likely I would give it to Spain?
Not only likely, my friend. Inevitable.
They've repaired the tiller, Captain.
How is she on the helm?
Oh, fair. She'll see us home at any rate.
But we're not going home, Grenville.
But, Captain,
We haven't completed our mission.
well, long before we catch her up, the Fortuna will be off the coast of Spain.
So,
Well, you're not going to...
we are. Set a course for Bilbao, Grenville.
Aye, aye, sir.
So, you have nothing to show me. I have been extremely patient with you, Sir Martin, but I must warn you there is a limit to my good nature. Do you remember by your own fireside in England telling me how the very thought of the rack made you tremble? I see you do. I have not forgotten either. I'll have a fresh supply of parchment sent to you. Meanwhile, if there's anything you would like for your comfort. No? Then till later, my friend.
Captain Drake.
Aye. And your name, sir?
Alonso, sir. You expected me.
I did expect someone. Are you Spanish?
I pass as a Spaniard, sir, but I serve your queen.
Have you any proof of that? Well, you have news for me?
Oh, yes, sir. Count Julio de Granada has just arrived from England with an important guest.
Martin Amias.
I do not know his name, sir, but he is English and young. He was escorted from the ship to Count Julio's castle.
Where is that?
Just down the coast, sir, a few miles from the town.
Can you give me a plan of this castle?
Oh, yes, sir, certainly, sir. I have it here.
Let me see it.
Here is the courtyard. It is undefended. This is the entrance to the stairs under the turrets. You go in here, up the stairs, and then to the corridor. Along the corridor, there is a door. Oh, you cannot miss it, sir. It is made of heavy black oak with bronze handles.
I'm told you're still adamant, my friend. This is very foolish. Braver men than you have had their spirit broken by the rack.
I've learned a valuable lesson at your hands, Count Julio. When a man comes face to face with his conscience and there's no more room to twist or turn or argue, he'll find the courage to do what is right.
A lofty thought, sir. But I doubt if it'll survive the kind of persuasion I can bring to it. It'll be interesting to find out. Take him away.
Just for a moment, Count Julio.
It's no good. He's lost too much blood. He's dead.
And his secret with him. He was a brave man. He died for what he believed to be right. Greek fire. The Crusaders, the Turks, the Venetians. And now Martin Amias. How long before the secret is found again?